farmer on Avar 7. Kuiil came to seek peace in an out-of-the-way world which is now being trespassed among criminals and mercenaries. He has worked a lifetime to be free of servitude and offers valuable skills for those willing to meet his price.
Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today's episode we are looking at Kuiil from the Star Wars The Mandalorian. Now it looks really nice all in this display case of his packaging. We've got that gold transcending through the Mandalorian. On the side down here we've got his name Kuiil, and we've got a little shotgun on here, like a little scatter blaster. It does look a little bit bent or a bit misshapen in the actual packaging itself, so we'll see when that comes out. On the side we've got Kuiil again in a nice pencil drawing with him riding the little animals that he has. The name escapes me. For some reason they always kind of remind me of the dragons and stuff from Golden Axe way back when. So on the back here we have got the picture once again and his bio. He's number 7 in the Mandalorian line, and following that gold all the way back down to the front again. So without further ado, let's just crack this bad boy open. So here's Kuiil all in his blister pack. Again, no extra accessories, it's just that little scatter blaster and him taking up not a lot of that blister package because obviously he's a little tiny Ugnaught. So we'll get him out, have our first little impressions. And yeah, he actually feels alright. He feels really robust. Like, I didn't think about the backpack on his back. And yeah, so he seems pretty cool. So we'll go away, get some pictures with him, and we'll see you in a mo for his review. So I've been away taking his photos, and I think Hasbro have done pretty much a good job on this guy. His articulation's really good, he looks really nice as well. I just have a few kind of little things that nitpickle me really about this figure, but you know, we'll go through that as we go through the review. So he comes with kind of like 2 accessories, I guess, and his first accessory is this kind of shotgun scatter blaster. It's pretty cool. The actual plastic itself looks a bit cheap. They could have done a bit of even a bit of silver metallic on there for a little bit of scraping and stuff. So unfortunately it's a bit sort of unpainted, but we have got a stock on there, and in the same colour we've got this strap that comes up and down. It is a little bit bowed, but the way that he holds it is kind of going to bow into that shape anyway. He has got a trigger finger, but you have to really sort of prise his finger open and his hand to get it in there. Is a bit of a struggle. He's kind of just sort of more to hold it a bit like Zuckuss, where he just holds it in his hand. So when he's holding it like this, you can't really get an aim kind of grip. So he's always going to hold it like that, but you can't really, because he's quite short, you can't really get those sort of gun sort of positions, unfortunately. But he didn't really use any of that in the actual Mandalorian himself. He's more of a wires kind of talking. His other accessory comes with is his hat, and as you can see it just fits really nicely on his head. We've got the brown sort of leather strap around there into the goggles. We've got the stitching and stuff on there with that nice silver sort of paint on the side. We can pull that off, revealing his bald head, but inside it's just a squidgy little hat. We can't remove the goggles unfortunately, but I suppose if you wanted them on you could slant the hat just slightly forward for any kind of posing and photos from a certain angle. But where this guy really does come to life is actually his articulation, and it's really good for a small figure, because normally Hasbro do cop out on that, you know, like we've had the Jawas and all that before now. So with his head we've got a left, right, we've got down and up, and we've got a sort of upper neck swivel like kind of nod. Inside the actual neck is part of the mould of the body, so we do lose articulation there. We've got the rotation here at the shoulder. Shoulder comes up this far, got a rotation at the elbow and a 90-degree bend as well. Rotation at the wrist and a hinge. Waist wise, can't really go forward, can't really go back, and it is quite tight as well at the waist. It does click a little bit sometimes, other times it's just really hard to manoeuvre. Legs come up this way, forward, back. We have got a rotation at the upper thigh, a single jointed knee, as like all new sculpts now, and it comes up quite high, and we've got a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. And also where this guy comes to life is obviously with his sculpt. I mean, just the actual detailings and everything they've put on there is really good. So the actual face itself obviously is not played by Nick Nolte, but the actual kind of animatronics and the puppetry, you can see that they actually tried to take a little bit from his face in there. And actually I think Hasbro done a really good job. Those eyes with the piercing blue inside there, and all those sort of whiskers just slightly fading away onto the baldness there. It's actually really done really nicely, especially for the size of it. The actual figure itself, the actual sculpt on there, you can see on the scarf here, we've got this texture on this part here, we've got this embroidered here, the leather, the cross stitch on the gloves, and also we've got a kind of texture as well on the actual trousers and on these little chaps down here as well. And also his backpack is one single piece with his scarf. I suppose if you wanted to remove it, you would have to boil the head to pop it off. But you know, the sculpts really get there, but I just feel like Hasbro have kind of missed out on a few paint applications. In the actual kind of program, it is a lot darker than this. It seems like they've actually looked at the sort of promo pictures and thought, oh well, it looks a bit dark, we're lighting it up a little bit. So these actually should be really a darker green, but they actually made them really sort of kind of just a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit, I don't know, I want to say ghastly in a way. It's just the colours just don't mix very well. It just looks a little bit bland in my opinion, and you can see that we've got all these extra sculpts as well on the belt and all that are not painted. So yeah, there's a few little details there that would really stand out and pop as well, and the scarf is obviously the wrong colour as well. But apart from that, he is a really good figure. Unfortunately, he's still £20, and you know, he still costs the same as the others. I'd rather maybe pay 30 or 40 for this figure if he come with one of those blurgs, you know, so he actually has a mount to go with, so it's not going to be too much because the figure's a bit smaller. You know, that would be nice as well, even though they always do remind me a bit of the kind of dragons from Golden Axe. But yeah, nonetheless, this guy I think is pretty cool. So that brings me to the end of the video. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this character? Do you think this is worth collecting? Is this purely just aimed at pure collectors or Mandalorians, or are you drawn to this character if you don't actually collect every single figure? Let me know in the comments. You can follow me on Instagram, which is in the description, and also in the description I've just launched my merchandise as well, where you can get t-shirts, hoodies and kids wear, face masks and stuff like that. It gets onto a website, so I only get a small percentage back, but all helps and goes towards the channel. And also you can like and subscribe. So until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.